Welcome back to Diablo, the pre-release demo. As it happens, I attempted to record the second video, and I did something derpy, and I broke the recording without meaning to. I'll tell you how exactly in a short while. It had to do with the minimap. So I have a load game here, which involves my having been partway through the first level of the dungeons. Here's the minimap. Just opening it is not a problem. However, if I try to resize it, then I press one of the keys that I have configured to stop my recording. So let's not do that. Let's start a new game so that you can see things play out from the beginning. Since all we really did in the first video anyway was to explore the town, and we can just rush through that. Our inventory is the same as it would have been beginning the dungeon and all that anyway. I'll just click on these guys once.
What can I do for you?
In order to have spoken to them, I guess.
Goodness, you returned. Continue on your quest, my friend.
I learned a few things, and I found a few things, and I reacted to a few things that I really wished I could have preserved, so that you could see them and hear them and stuff. I do have a few minutes of footage that were not corrupted, so allow me to insert them here while I talk to this wounded townsman again. Let's pick up where we left off, with the slain townsman next to us and the dungeon ahead. I can't tell you how many things are going to be different down here.
The smell of death surrounds me.
Aside from the voice clips, I'm not 100% certain, but I think that the warrior voice clips were modified after the pre-release demo. I think that the ones that went out in the full version were different. Alright, those are new zombie noises. Oh, that's an arrow trap. That's an arrow trap pointing at that small chest. See? But clearly I was wrong. Ow. Didn't dodge fast enough. We've got some fallen ones, we've got some zombies. Tells me the total kills. That's something that I believe was left unchanged. Barrels requiring more than one hit may have been adjusted, because what's the point? Barrels exploding is exactly the same. Just want to check that the resolution will work, recording at full screen will work, the music will capture, my voice will capture, the volumes will balance, and important stuff like that, because it's important. Alright, any special bits of the lost video having been preserved and inserted here, let's continue on.
The smell of death surrounds me.
Oh hey! Cool. Having new unexpected events to react to is, not bad. Normally you wouldn't see the fiend bat types in the full release until I think the second set of levels anyway. I may be wrong, but they weren't usually one of the monsters that you would encounter right away. Scavengers, on the other hand, were. The sound clips of the monsters, of these particular monsters, don't appear to have been changed. From last time, though, I can attest that the zombies were changed. The voices of the zombies were too loud and kind of dumb. Oh hey, there's a bow, there's an axe, there's a fallen one. There's a potion of mana. I thought I saw something else drop, but I might have been wrong. Evidently not. The original Diablo, even in the released version, does not have a key that you can hold
Where would I put this?
in order to see the names of everything around you pop up.
Where would I put this?
That's not a thing you can do. The inventory screen will look somewhat different. I've got a cap here, I've got a cloak worth 6 and a cloak worth 5, so I should be wearing that one. That much is the same. However, those of you who have played Diablo in your own pasts will recognize that these graphics are not the graphics that appeared in the final game. With the exception of the gold pieces and the buckler, and also the cap, I think everything else has changed. And I have found that to be the case with most of the item graphics. The potions of mana and full healing have changed. This is the only scroll effect that you will see in the game. That's changed. I'm supposed to be able to right-click this from my inventory and use it, but it doesn't actually work. You can hear me clicking. You have to set them up via the spell select button over here and use them that way. We have the short staff of the hyena. Well, sure, I don't have a problem with that. Ah. I'm also getting this amusing graphical effect where every time I pick something up, the last thing I picked up got momentarily highlighted.
I have no room.
As I was saying, there are some graphic changes for equipment that exists in the game, which honestly kind of surprises me, because while I do think that the item graphics in the fully released game were very, very good, I think that these ones are actually pretty good too. And I'm surprised that they thought they really needed an update. Unless maybe they were being taken from a free asset pool. In particular, the weapons, I think, looked really good already. Before the new ones were made. Like, that small axe, for instance, I think that's a really good small axe. This bow, I think, may actually be the same bow graphic that they wound up with. The short staff, the short sword, those all look really good to me. The cloak and some other armor graphics that we haven't seen yet in this run. For instance, there's a cape back here, and I think it will apply to the cape as well. If I can find it, there it is. The armor graphics, not that impressive. The cape is closer a little bit to what they wound up going with, but the cloak is kind of close too. There's just minor stylistic changes that have obviously been made, and I'm honestly not sure why, because in both cases, hell, they look good. I guess they maybe wanted to go for a more distinct and arcane look so that they didn't look like other RPGs' assets. Because, yeah, there are a lot of RPGs out there. I imagine there were a lot of RPGs out there already, and they didn't particularly want their Diablo 1 swords to look like everybody else's swords and their cloaks to look like everybody else's cloaks. And while I don't think they look bad, I have to admit that these do look kind of generic. Bunch of spell scrolls. Among other things that I discovered last time, I discovered that this game does in fact have unique creatures wandering around. I guess that was an element of the game that they wanted to show off in the demo. I'm shield bashing right now. My sword broke! My sword completely broke and my buckler is about to break. The durability of items in this game is very different to what they eventually released in the full version. Namely, oh, there's carvers. Carvers are a more advanced and difficult version of Fallen One, who in the release game would not be found on the first floor. However, they do still have the Fallen One disadvantage that if I can kill one, the rest should run away. Just punching! Punch like your life depends on it! It probably does. Oh, that does not deal much damage at all. Am I dealing any damage? 1.
Where would I put this?
Oh, now I have a club.